What's up everybody, my name is King Keyblade and today I am doing another top 5 video. And today on the list I have my top 5 favorite video games. And you're going to notice most of this list is going to be games that are sort of mainstream because for the most part I haven't played a ton of video games. I started really getting into video games a few years ago and I just haven't played a lot of the bigger titles out there. So I'm putting all the games that I have played and finished on this list. And yeah, I know I might get crap for not putting a whole lot of these other games on there like Zelda and stuff like that, but I just haven't played them, so I'm not going to judge a game that I've never played. So yeah, now that I've explained myself, I think that's enough talking and I think it's time to get into the list of my top 5 video games of all time. At number 5, we have the second game in the Assassin's Creed series, which changed and grew so much from Assassin's Creed 1. But Assassin's Creed 2 was a masterpiece of a game in my opinion. It was beautiful, beautiful pace, beautiful worlds, beautiful characters, the mechanics in the game before they kept kind of redoing them a lot. It was innovative for the game. It was amazing how fluid a lot of the things were. There were still things that needed to be improved and I felt like they were improved on in Brotherhood, but this game's story was just so great. I loved it and I felt the worlds were so lively. And I actually really cared, even about the outside story, I cared a little more about in this game than I did the other future games that came ahead. It was just so intense, and I felt like things were actually on the line, and I still love the games today, but this game just kind of sticks in my head, and the ending of the game is great, and I felt like it's smoothly went into the next game, and I just felt overall Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2 were just the best in the series and the high point in the series, and that's why I'm going to actually put both of them as number 5. I'm going to combine them together because I feel like they both just mesh together very well. Coming in at number 4, I have BioShock Infinite. And a lot of people, from what I can tell, like BioShock the first game more. They say it has better combat and overall than BioShock Infinite. I played BioShock in a way, sure, yeah, you did have to use more than just the gun. But overall, I felt the story was much better in BioShock Infinite. Not saying that BioShock's story wasn't good, it was amazing. I feel like how intricate BioShock Infinite's story was is crazy, especially if you add the DLC onto that. It has become my one of my favorite stories of all time. It's one of those well-written stories I've ever played through. And I still had fun playing through the game. You didn't have to use figures as much as you did in BioShock, but I still found the game a whole lot of fun to play through. And BioShock Infinite had a gorgeous world that didn't need high-res textures or anything to really become beautiful. It was just beautiful on the style that it had, and I felt like that was something else that I just liked way more than BioShock. I felt BioShock might have better combat, but ultimately I liked the story and the look of everything better in BioShock Infinite, and that's pretty much why it is number 4 on my list. Coming in at the 3rd spot, we have The Witcher 3, a game that just came out, and this game is amazing. Right when I started playing it, I was in the middle of playing Xenoblade Chronicles, and I was like, okay, I'll try out The Witcher 3 and see how it goes. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to go back to Xenoblade Chronicles until I was done with The Witcher 3, because the story overall is great, don't get me wrong, but the things that really capture me in games like this are the side quests. And this game had side quests for freaking days and weeks. The side quests were also engrossing. They made me care about the side quests. They all had their own stories. The bosses to fight in the game is pretty much, if you don't know the story, you're pretty much a monster hunter named a Witcher who had a lot of abilities that were stronger and faster and all this other stuff better than a human. All the boss battles were in the game were amazing. A lot of people for some reason said the combat was bad and weird. I have no idea what any of them were talking about. I honestly found the combat fun as hell. It's just an amazing game to play. The characters are great. Voice acting, I felt was great. It's a beautiful game. I believe one of the best games of all time, honestly. That's how good this game is. And that's why it's number 3 on this list. At number 2, I have The Walking Dead Season 1. This is one of the most heart-wrenching stories I've played through in a video game. And that's a large part of why I love it so much. It's the characters and the story that you go through in this game, and the things that happen to the characters that really make it, and the decisions that you're able to make along the way. And even though it's not much of mechanic-wise gameplay and stuff, it's more like choices, and sometimes you get a quick time events and things like that, I don't care. I had fun going through it, making choices, and choosing who I wanted to side with throughout the game. And it's just a game that sometimes you just gotta sit back and kind of enjoy the story and get yourself engrossed in who these people are and what is happening around them, the tragedy that is unfolding around them, and having to make hard decisions is something that I love making in video games. And if you make the wrong one sometimes, then you make the wrong one. You gotta accept the consequences that come with it, even though sometimes people go back, maybe me, and try to see what the other one is without starting a new game. But that's just me. But yeah, ultimately I love The Walking Dead Season 1, and that is why it's number 2 on my list. A game that I will hold dear to my heart. And at number 1, oh my goodness, who could have foreseen this pick at number 1? Oh my goodness, it's Kingdom Hearts 2! It's not like my name's Arcane Keyblade in my entire channel, if you haven't even looked at it for a second. It's Kingdom Hearts or anything, but it's Kingdom Hearts 2 at number 1. Oh my goodness, I don't really know what else to say about this series, I just love it so much. I love the gameplay in pretty much every single game. Kingdom Hearts 2 for the fact that you feel overpowered as hell. Sure, yeah, it might be too easy at times, but ultimately the overarching story is amazing. I love it. I love the characters. I love the Disney worlds. I love the music. I love the gameplay. I love the Rikus. I love the Soras. It's just an amazing game overall. I'm not gonna sound very coherent at this part. It's not much to say. It's just an amazing game, and I love the series overall, and yeah, that's about it. Now, my favorite game of all time is Kingdom Hearts 2 at this point. And that finishes off my top 5 video games of all time. And as you can tell, and as like I said, there were a decent amount of mainstream games on here. I hopefully within the next long time I will play a lot of new games, a lot of older games too. And this list is bound to change a whole lot in the next few years. But right now, this is it, and yeah. And tell me what your top 5 video games of all time are down in the comments, and I would read them all. And yeah, thanks for watching. My name's Arcane Keyblade, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.